Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share your daily aspects. Today is Monday, October 25, 2021. The moon starts today in Gemini, shifting to Cancer in the afternoon. This represents another shift in the heart and home from airy, intellectual, talkative vibes to the watery, emotional, and intuitive, home-centered kind. The waning gibbous energy of this moon advises us to reflect on the past few weeks while the moon is still bright. How did it go? What part of our plans and patterns can we revise to make us feel more at home in our hearts, more attuned to our own joy? The sun is in Scorpio, and that shines a light on those things we keep hidden and brings in the willpower and personal discipline we need to make manifest our deepest desires. And because creating the thing that would give us the most joy is so personal, mediocre or superficial achievements toward those goals are going to be unacceptable to us. This is the time to reflect deeply on who we have been and who we choose to be going forward, erring on the side of our best possible version of ourselves. Endings and beginnings, friends, we never see one without the other. Embrace the challenge and the growth. Let's take a look at these planets and aspects before we get into the interpretive dance. We have the sun, which is our outer life, who we are in the world, the person people meet when people meet us. And we have our inner life. This is who we are on the inside, our emotional and intuitive self, and also who we are at home in our domestic space and with the people who are there. Mercury is here. This is the intellect. Governs our day-to-day thoughts and ideas and communications, as well as our travel. We have Uranus. Uranus generally represents change. It likes to do things differently, and it reminds us that sometimes you have to do something differently to get a different result. We have Mars. This is your personal sense of initiative, your will to act, your ambition, your fire and drive to do something. Cancer we will talk about with the sun and moon. All right, those are the players. Let's take a look at the plays real quick. This is a quincunx. And that, the energy that comes from that search for a balance doesn't guarantee a good or a bad outcome. So, variable outcomes. We have two trines today. I love to see trines. They're very positive, harmonious aspect. These two and these two are going to be in the same sign, not in the same sign, but in the same element together. And so they'll be working very well together. And the outcomes from things made under these signs are generally pretty good. All right, and then ingress. This is a transit of a planetary body from one sign into the next. Here's another ingress here. And you see this ingress up here as well. All right. These are the people, these are the plays. Let's see about some interpretation here. Today is day 2 of 2 on this Mercury quincunx Uranus energy. Uranus invites us to do things differently, and Mercury speeds up our thought processes and governs our day-to-day interactions. So yesterday and today may have felt like good times to make necessary changes and quickly. The energy of this aspect doesn't guarantee a bad or a good outcome, and it occurs to me to say that quick changes often skip over details and make us have to redo things to do things. Still, Mercury's confidence combined with Uranus' signal that change is inevitable makes this look fairly auspicious to me. So go with your gut. Something may go wrong, but something may also go better than expected. Okay, let's get into today's aspects. I give these in Central Standard Time. At 9:11 this morning, a void of course moon goes trine with Mars. We've discussed void of course moons every couple of days for a while, and so I've kind of stopped explaining it every time it comes up, but just as a reminder, void of course is a period of time when the moon doesn't make any significant aspects because it isn't influenced by any single sign at that time. And I want to add that the void of course represents a very good period of time, perhaps 6 to 8 hours, during which we can meditate, reflect, journal, rest. It's cool to catch up with close friends and loved ones. You could say our emotions and intuitions are our own during these hours, so fill your cups while the water runs clear. Fill your cup. Moon trine Mars aspect puts us to work in the heart and home. On the emotional and intuitive level, we can see clearly how to get what we want, and if we act on that impulse, we are given a good outcome. On the home front, it's a good time to take charge, especially when it comes to those things that are our responsibility. We can even get away with being a little bossy as long as our motivations are honest. The trine brings out the best in both planets, but I will remind you that Mars's involvement can bring about abrupt outbursts and competitiveness. You know how it is. This is a 2-hour aspect. I don't want to say that. We know what we want, and we know how to get it. Then at 4 p.m., the moon makes ingress to Cancer. The moon's home sign is Cancer, and under this influence, we feel right at home being right at home. Cancer's element is water, and I would liken the feeling of our domestic space to that of being a crab in its protective shell. If you feel like staying in, tidying up, and getting comfortable within your own four walls, you'll not be alone. If there's some friction or lack of peace in your home, it will be unbearably obvious. Communicate with tenderness. This transit takes 2.5 days. Love home. Communicate with tenderness. Then at 9:54 p.m., the sun goes trine with the moon. And this is yet another trine aspect. This time the sun in Scorpio is making good vibrations with the now Cancerian moon. Expect very positive feelings at this time, a good sense of self-love and deep appreciation of the people closest to you. Again, much as with the trine that started us off today, we will have a good sense of what we want and how best to get it. All positive effort on behalf of your whole self will be rewarded with good outcomes. This aspect takes about 2 days. Let's see. Inner and outer harmony. Coming up this Thursday, we will see a waning half moon in Leo, an invitation to appreciate and celebrate as we begin the preparations for and festivities that culminate this Sunday in Samhain, the midpoint between autumn's equinox and winter's solstice. This is the time of year when the veil between this world and the underworld are thin, and we get to celebrate those things we rarely see and don't always understand. Also coming up this Saturday, Mars makes ingress to Scorpio for another 29-day transit. This represents an added boost of initiative to that manifesting of deepest desires that we talked about with the Scorpio sun in effect. We'll talk about this and more in upcoming episodes. That's it for today, friends. This has been your Daily Aspects and Astrological Weather Forecast for Monday, October 25, 2021. I am Melanie Rose, and I will see you all tomorrow for more Daily Aspects.